Never give up. One of the videos that started my channel on this upswing that it's on now and gave me the motivation to work so hard at this after having a YouTube channel for 14 or so years and just, occasionally uploading a video and, never really taking it serious until I started realizing, there's people that make a career out of this. There's people that don't play gigs. And I couldn't fathom that at the time because for me, for many, many years, that was my greatest joy is, the whole point of getting a new guitar was taking it on the gig and seeing what you can do with it. Playing alone in your room, it's not the same as playing with a band and interacting and finding out. It's like taking a car. You can take it on a test drive with the guy sitting next to you, or you can take it on a test drive on the track and really see what it can do. That never give up ethos has kept me doggedly going in a business that no longer makes any sense. Someone said on the Never Go Broke video, they said financially ridiculous. It is absolutely financially ridiculous to spend thousands of dollars to make hundreds. But that's what we do as musicians. And I've had a lot of joy and a lot of great time playing with all the great musicians that I've played with over the years. But, when I was a kid, and I grew up in a small town called Williamsburg, Virginia. It's colonial Williamsburg. And there is no music industry there. And, except for Bruce Hornsby, who made it out of Williamsburg, Virginia, he was the rare exception. And it just didn't seem like it was even possible other than, playing at the local Kingsmill Hilton. Playing in the lounge there. I saw my guitar teacher playing at the Kingsmill Hilton Lounge, and I thought it was the greatest thing in the world. I thought, man, that's what I want to do. And I didn't have any aspirations of platinum plaques or playing arenas or stadiums or packed clubs. I never had any aspirations of that. I just wanted the joy of playing music. And so for that alone, I've succeeded. And, but it was always filled with naysayers. And I don't want my broke on the road video to discourage anyone from, taking that chance. Because until you take that chance, you really don't know what you're capable of and what can happen for you. I understand, if you have financial difficulty, you may have to work a day job. I have worked many a day job in my career, and I get people on here still to this day saying, "Oh, your playing sucks. Don't quit your day job." It's just like, dude, I don't have time to respond to that kind of nonsense, but I don't want any of you out there to give up. When I went to Catholic school and I would get called into the office and they would say, "Brad, what do you want to do with your life?" And I'd say, "I want to be a musician. I want to play guitar." And they said, "Oh, no, you can't do that. You won't be able to do that." And I didn't listen. I didn't listen one bit. And then I went in to get my teeth worked on as a kid in the dentist. And I told the dentist, he goes, "What do you want to do?" I said, "Well, I want to play guitar." "Oh, no, you can't do that. You need a real career." And then when I'd go to the doctor for a pediatrician and I'd tell him I want to play guitar, "Oh, no, you don't want to do that. That's no way to make money." So I don't want to be that guy for you. Just because I tell you it's going to be hard, I'm just giving you a heads up. It is going to be hard to make it in this business, but I don't want you to be unmotivated and just give up, because you've got to be tough and you've got to want it and you've got to be willing to suffer. Now, there's some people in this town, they show up and, a month later, they got a road gig, or they've been in town for a year and their parents have money and they get catapulted to the top of the line. Man, that's always going to be something that you're going to have to, it's just reality. Some people are going to have it a lot easier than you. Some people will have it much harder than you. And, you know, unfortunately, I don't know how many young people are out there listening to the messages that I give on this channel. It's a lot of mirror reflections. It's a lot of people just like me who have been through it, and they say, man, this is great advice. This is a great video, and I want the young people to listen, but at the same time, I don't want them to listen, because you know what? They're going to have to learn on their own. You can't really tell anybody anything. People are either going to listen or they're not. And it seems like people have to learn from their own mistakes. I can tell, you know, my daughter every day, be careful, be careful. But until she falls and hurts herself, she doesn't understand what I'm telling her. And then when she falls and I say, remember how I told you don't run in the house. Remember how I told you to be careful. This is why I tell you to be careful. Because falling down can hurt. Not succeeding in life can hurt. The rug can get pulled out from under you so hard in this business. You know, I literally had, like, in the span of like a couple of days, my gig ripped out from under me. My relationship takes off, leaves town, you know, everything just completely wiped out. And I was just like, almost like, how else, you know, what more could go wrong? And having, coming home to damage on the roof of my house and water leaking in from the ceiling. That's when I came home to. When I was let go from the road. That's what I came home to. Everything collapsing. And it would be very easy to have just thrown in the towel at that point in time and either bury myself in drink or quit or, you know, sell everything and just run away. And you know what? You know what I did? I immediately texted all my friends in town and said, hey man, I'm off the road. If you got anything, and boom, the same guy who had given me my first gig in town, Michael Fair, said, hey man, we're playing down at this sushi place in Green Hills. And it doesn't really pay anything, but I'll give you, $20 or something to come down and play. And so me coming off the road after, several years of heavy drinking, outdoor shows, absolutely crazy schedule, me with my road beard and long hair and, the crazy, still wearing the stage clothes that I would wear on the road gig. I went down to this little sushi place and there were maybe 5 to 10 people in the audience and some of my good friends in the band. And I sat on my amp and I knew I wasn't dressed for that group. I knew I didn't look the part anymore. Just like when I came from Los Angeles and I went from the Sunset Strip to playing, smooth jazz. Then I was able to, I was young enough that I could just pull back my hair. But in this case, I just came down there exactly as I was. And I was surprised, but I played that stuff and I played it like I'd never left. Like I hadn't been playing a completely different style of music for the last 3.5 years. And they took me back, and it wasn't much longer after that a couple of the other groups that I played with started bringing me back into the fold. And they welcomed me back. So that kept me alive. That kept me going. When everything had blown up and everything in my life appeared to be gone, I still had the music, and the music inside of me and my friends here in Nashville. And so I don't want anybody out there to give up. I want you to keep trying. And if you have to get a day job, I'll understand, because I certainly did. Man, I'll have to do a whole separate video about day jobs and the craziness that it was involved with that. But in the meanwhile, I hope this message helps somebody out there. If you're going through a tough time, know that. Reach out to your friends. Don't try to do it all by yourself. And don't forget that no matter what, you still got that music in you. And as long as you're alive, you're still breathing, and you still got that music in your soul, you can keep going. I hope this message helps somebody out there. And if it has, please hit like and subscribe. And if you enjoy this channel, hit the Amazon link or the Sweetwater link in my bio. Anything you purchase, whether it's a pick or a pack of strings, helps this channel out greatly. Thanks so much, and I'll see you on the next video.